West Ham nil, Bournemouth nil, and this was not the game that I was expecting at all. This looked like two teams that didn't want to lose the game of football rather than two teams that wanted to actually win a game of football. The first half especially was so cagey, so boring really. And this is quite surprising given that it's two of the teams that have the worst defensive records in the league this season. Bournemouth's away from home defensive record is terrible, especially kind of in the second half of the season. And West Ham's defensive record has been awful all season. So this one was really surprising. Like I say, a very cagey game. A game where nobody really decided to go out and win it. West Ham had the better chances, don't get me wrong, but still not overly creative in the final third, really. It was a bit disappointing from both teams, I would say. I'd say that's more 2 points dropped by West Ham than it is 2 points dropped by Bournemouth. Bournemouth are obviously pretty safe. Not completely safe. They could drop from where they are into a danger zone, really. But we need the points more than Bournemouth needed, for sure. This was a week where we could have gone level with Nottingham Forest, especially given they're playing Liverpool. They're playing Liverpool tomorrow. So this is a game where we could have gone level with them. And I think this is a chance that we haven't taken, especially given the difficulty of the fixtures that we've got coming up. I'm not sure that we can afford to really drop 2 points here. Onto some of the numbers, and I mean, the numbers kind of flatter us, really. Possession-wise, it was all Bournemouth. Like Bournemouth, I say all Bournemouth. In the beginning of the first half, we were the ones with possession. We just did more with our possession, really. I mean, Bournemouth had 58% possession, we had 42%. That kind of ebbed and flowed as the game went on, really. In terms of like shots, we had double the amount of shots, 20 shots for us to their 10. They had more shots on target. We missed two big chances, 2.8 XG for us, 0.65 XG for them. So I think that flatters us, really. Yes, we had the better chances, and yes, we limited Bournemouth to chances, really. They didn't have any big chances, any chances where you went, okay, maybe they should have actually scored there. Apart from the one where Rayan kind of ran through a load of the team and then hit the edge of the post. That one he maybe should have scored. He looked like he could have bent that into the corner quite easily, but didn't. Apart from that, they didn't really have too many chances. Callum Wilson's chance is the real big one. It was a good save from Petrovic, don't get me wrong, but that is one where you're looking at it and thinking, we could have scored that and we maybe should have scored that. Again, with Summerville in the first half, where Taty puts the beautiful cross in and it kind of hits Summerville's calf, shin, like the outside of his leg, and it's a bit tame in the end. It is a bit of a difficult one for him, don't get me wrong, but that is one where I look back and think maybe we need to be more clinical in those situations. And I think that is the big thing, really. That was the problem today, and it kind of has been the problem most recently. Summerville has been the one coming up with goals in most recent games, of course. Our front three in general just lack a little bit in that final third at the moment. Taty Castellanos, fantastic player. He puts his heart into every single game. He runs his socks off, which is why a lot of the time we do see him come off a little bit early. Not today. He did play the 90 today, and he is such a handful. But boy, does he lack quality when he's got the ball. So many times him and Summerville were on a completely different page. So many times where he's got the ball at his feet and he has no idea what to do with it. Makes the wrong decision a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot. But you can't fault him for his application. He puts 100% into everything. He is always running when the centre-backs have got the ball, putting pressure on them, even when nobody else is doing it with him. There is no shortage of application from him. That is not one thing you can say. But his final third, his decision making, that area really needs improvement because he's not getting, firstly, he's not getting into the positions to really score. Secondly, when he gets the ball, he doesn't make the right decision a lot of the time. Besides him, I mean, Hermansen had a good game, I thought. He's actually been really good in the last few games that he's played. He was pretty dominant from these long throw-ins and these corners that Bournemouth were kind of chucking into the box. Hill obviously has a beast of a long throw. We saw that today. And I thought that he dealt with those and the corners really, really well. Very commanding. He's obviously quite good with the ball at his feet as well. So I think that he is going to be a real gem for us. I'm glad, really glad, that Nuno decided to put him back in a few weeks back. Because at the start of the season, it was horrible. It really was horrible. He was terrible. And Areola come in and he was really good. But we can't keep going on with Areola forever. He is getting older now. Hermansen has been good, and I'm really glad that Nuno put him back in. Now, Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos, Disasi, Diouf, I thought all of them had pretty solid games. I don't think that any Bournemouth attacker, you can't look at any Bournemouth attacker and think, okay, yeah, they really got our defence today. I don't think that's the case for any of them, and that shows that I think that our defence actually played really, really well. Fernandes and Magassa, I think Magassa, I'm on FootMob, Magassa's rating's a 6.5 compared to the rest of the team is in 7s. I think that's a bit harsh. Yes, he did miss a chance as such, or miss an opportunity, but I thought his general play was actually really good. I do like what he brings to the team on the ball. He looks really composed. His close control is actually very, very good. And he's pretty good at breaking up plays. A very intelligent player, so I think that's a harsh rating. Fernandes was just doing what Fernandes does. He couldn't get on the ball as much as he usually can today, unfortunately. Usually he will see him picking up the ball from the centre-backs and he can spray the ball about. He is very, very good at that, and then get himself forward to then create something in the final third or get on the end of it, which he's been doing in recent weeks. We didn't see as much of that. Souček, I didn't think had a great game. I mean, he's been really, really good in recent weeks, but I thought that today he wasn't at his best, to be honest. He lost the ball quite a lot, and yes, we know that that isn't his game. That's why there are players like Fernandes, like Summerville, like Bowen, for him to get the ball and pass it to. Souček's game is obviously to win the ball, for starters. He wins the ball in the air fantastically, or on the ground, to be honest. And then his game is to pass the ball to these players that are better technically on the ball and then get himself into the box. But I don't think he was particularly effective in anything he was doing today. Bowen just had the standard Jarrod Bowen game. Very, very good. Applied himself. He was everywhere. You can never fault this guy for his application. Again, there was a couple of not necessarily missed chances. The chance towards the end did seem pretty difficult. I'm not sure that's really a missed chance as such. Summerville showing how good he is when he's on the ball. Again, he ran Jimenez ragged today, and Jimenez has been really good recently. This isn't some terrible right back that he's just having a field day on. He's been really, really good recently, but Summerville must scare every single fullback he plays against. When he gets on the ball, he moves the ball so fast, he jinks, he shifts his body so quickly, and if he can really dial in his end product, which he has had in recent weeks, he just didn't really have it today, but if he can do that, he is such a dangerous winger, and he is better than West Ham standard if he can really dial in that end product. The subs didn't do too much. I mean, Callum Wilson did miss that chance. He, again, when he comes on as a sub, he's actually always pretty good. You can't really say too much about him. He applies himself. The finishing is most of the time always there. But this, for me, this is 2 points dropped. I think we needed to win this game. Looking at the schedule we've got in the coming weeks, if I just bring that up actually, because it is a pretty important factor, to be honest. Up next, we've got Liverpool, Fulham, Brentford, Man City, Aston Villa and Wolves. We probably needed to win against Bournemouth today. I mean, against Liverpool next week, they're not playing at their best, don't get me wrong, but that's still going to be a tough game. Fulham away isn't particularly easy right now. Winnable for sure. Brentford are playing really good football at the moment, but we saw today that they can be got at. And then City, Villa are two really tough games. So we definitely could have done with picking up points today for sure. It's not the end of the world. We didn't lose the game, obviously, but I do think it is 2 points dropped. Let me know what you thought in the comments. I'll be doing plenty more of these, especially for West Ham. So make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.